Hello and welcome once again to the Wrestling Group. I'm your host Ryan, and today we're going to take a quick look at the breaking news from last night. Ricky Starks has signed with WWE and debuted on the NXT brand. Now, you're probably not shocked that Starks has made his way to WWE. It's obviously been known for a while that that was going to be the destination where he would end up, especially with the likes of Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Jade Cargill, his closest friends all in WWE. But you probably weren't expecting it to be so quick. It was only announced, 24 hours maybe beforehand that he'd been removed from the AEW roster page by Fightful Select. And then it was then confirmed later on in the afternoon that Ricky Starks had in fact been released by AEW. And WWE did everything that they could to make sure that they got him there as quick as they could. So Starks has debuted in NXT. The issue I find is, obviously, if you go back and watch my last Ricky Starks video, the rebirth of Ricky Starks I did, dropped on Friday. And I was talking about how he'd, showed up in the independent scene. He'd started taking bookings through the indies because we hadn't seen him on TV in AEW since March of last year when he was teaming with Big Bill. So, obviously, he'd had 2 matches in House of Glory, and then he had a match on Friday night for Defy against Kenta, which he then won the Defy World Championship. So then it begs the question, are WWE going to allow Ricky to do dates for Defy going forward? Whether it be just the one event and then drop the belt, or is he going to have to vacate the championship? So it's a little up in the air at the moment. No one's confirmed anything as of yet, so we don't know. Is Starks going to start straight away? Like we've seen with Julia when she was signed to NXT, she was given a couple of weeks to finish up some dates with Stardom. From what I've seen, or lack thereof seen, is that Starks isn't booked at any shows for Defy going forward. So as far as I'm aware, just having a scroll through like their page and his page online, he's not actually advertised for the show as of yet, but he is their world champ. So it begs the question, why did Defy then put the championship on Ricky? Did they know he was going to WWE? Or did they not know? And that's why they put the belt on him. Kenta had held the belt for over 400 days and had some really good defences. Is the fact that they couldn't get Kenta then to commit to come back? Who knows? But Ricky Starks is the Defy World Champion, and he's just appeared in NXT. So I'm sure it'll all start to come out over the next couple of days as to what will happen with the Defy Championship. So Ricky Starks for me is... See, I've never been a massive Ricky fan, I have to admit. I think he's really good on the mic. He's talented in what he does. He's had some decent enough showings in AEW, but there's certain wrestlers for me that should go to WWE and NXT and be that side of wrestling, so like the sports entertainment side, if you like. Ethan Page, when he first left AEW and then showed up in NXT and became the NXT champion pretty quick. That was the right move, and it seemed like Ethan Page should have been in NXT all along. And I feel like Ricky Starks is going to do the same. He's going to go in, they're going to put a lot of stock in him at the beginning in NXT, probably NXT champion within the first few months. Again, it's another one of them, oh, look what we got from AEW, we're going to stick a belt on him, like they did with Jade Cargill as well. So Starks, it makes sense for him to go to a sports entertainment company. It also makes sense for AEW to, obviously, they didn't use him on TV for the last nearly year. Now, I know a lot of people don't agree with this, and, AEW's took some slack for it. WWE have done it for years. And people say, oh, it's under a different era, whatever. It makes no difference. Like, WWE done it for years. So the idea is, obviously, that they don't use them on TV for a couple of months before the end of the contract. So basically, they're not building up a wrestler and then send them somewhere else to get the payoff, if you like. So it does make sense in a way, I suppose. It's not favourable by fans. Fans want to see certain talent. No one wants a wrestler to be sat at home for 6 months to a year out of the career, especially as we know wrestling careers don't last all that long. But I think it's the right move by all. From the start, see, the thing is like their cheats have ran stories over the last year or so, and they claimed Ricky Starks had refused to work a program coming out of the tag team storyline with Big Bill. So, if you believe the dirt sheets, the story is that Tony Khan wanted to have Ricky Starks versus Big Bill. He wanted to split them up as a team and then have Ricky go as a face, Big Bill go as the heel, and then it's finished the team, and then they both go separate ways. So if you believe the dirt sheets, they say Ricky didn't want to work a program against Big Bill, and then that's when AEW decided to sit him at home. Whether you believe that or not, that is up to you. But it does beg the question, if Ricky Starks obviously wasn't refusing to work certain matches and certain storylines and then ended up sitting at home as a result, like, it does sort of strike a chord where you think, well, maybe that is true. Because literally you were released a day ago and now all of a sudden you're in WWE. I doubt very much that all of a sudden, as soon as it was announced that his contract was due, Shawn Michaels got on the phone there and then. It's been waiting for a while. There's obviously been a contract there waiting for Starks, waiting for his contract to come up, probably with help from Cody, Punk, even Jade. So it's been on the card for a while, it seems. So, I mean, it does sound like maybe he did refuse to work the bookings at the beginning because he knew, well, what's the point? I'm going to go to WWE. So again, it depends what you believe. If you believe the stories or not, it makes no odds to me. I think he's decent enough. He's like, say, he is good on a microphone. I feel like if they put him in a feud in a program with Ethan Page, Ethan Page has done really good things as a bad guy, especially when he first come to NXT. So Ricky could be the good guy that Ethan Page's bad guy needs, if you like. Give him a good rivalry, give us a good year story maybe out of it. You could even have the title switch back and forth between the two of them as well. But I would expect them to pick up a title pretty soon. And they did it with Ethan Page literally straight away. Did it with Jade Cargill with the tag championships literally straight away. So I would imagine that Ricky would pick a belt up very soon, whether it be the NXT Championship, maybe the North American Championship, who knows. But I feel like it's the right move for everyone involved. Ricky Starks to NXT, it just seems right. It seems like that's probably where he needs to go next. I can't see a space for Ricky right now on the main roster. Whether that changes in the future, who knows. I still do worry about talent that come from NXT to the main roster, as the payoffs never seem to be what they used to be. You used to have like a Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and that coming up, and they'd have a big payoff, but it hasn't been that way for a while now. And I do wonder whether when he does come up, because I'm pretty sure they'll get him on TV on the main roster in the next year or two, just how that looks. So there you have it. That is Ricky Starks has left AEW and signed with WWE's NXT brand. So as I said in the last video on Friday, I'll bring you up-to-date news on Ricky Starks when we have it. I didn't actually expect it to be so quick, to be fair. But there you go. Ricky Starks has signed to NXT. So what does that look like for the FISE World Championship? So let me know in the comment section below. Are you excited that Ricky Starks has signed to NXT? Or are you unhappy that he left AEW? And what are some of your matches that you want to see him face? Some of the people that you want to see him face now he's in NXT. Like I say, for me, I think Ricky Starks and Ethan Page could have a really, really good program. So yeah, let us know in the comment section below, and as always, don't forget to give us a like, comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel today.